My name is Ransford Odane, real estate agent at Royal LePage, and here I have my good man. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Odane Harding, just transferred over to Royal LePage, and yeah, man, we started this podcast for you guys to drop some gems.
Yes, sir.
What was the name of the show?
Well, I got, we'll yet to be determined, but I was thinking Life Jewels. And my man, you had, what was the other name?
The Row and O Show.
Row and O Show / Life Jewels. So the main intent, the concept that I thought of, this is a collaboration. So the concept that I wanted to introduce to the world, to you listeners or viewers, is that share my life experiences, the good, the bad, the ugly, and also share my journey as a real estate agent because, I'm 1 year in the game right now. I made it to 1 year.
Yeah.
It was a tough 1 year, but I made it. And for yourself?
As they say, most people don't last a year.
Bro, I didn't think I'll last 4 months. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's a tough business. It's a tough business.
It is. It is.
For me, I've been in real estate for 8 years, mostly part-time. But even before I was a realtor, I was a real estate investor for a few years. So I had that experience as well.
Awesome. See, I didn't even know that. See, you learned something new already, right?
Yeah, first.
That's awesome. So then, let me ask you this, my good man. Since you started off, part-time, what made you finally decide to take that jump to do it full-time?
When I started at the company I was at TTC.
That's a good company. They have some good benefits.
Benefits, pension, all that.
You're a brave heart. You're a brave heart.
I'm still like, should I have done it?
Yeah.
But it was time, man. I was burnt. I was burnt out. I was working nights, and then I was doing real estate in the day.
Were you part of the night crew or operations for the driver? Maintenance. Oh.
So when I say maintenance, not probably what you think.
Okay. They're lying to me.
I was ordering parts for the bus mechanics so that they could fix the buses. So I was like a parts guy, kind of like the guy at the counter in Canadian Tire, like that, but for the TTC. So we had the parts, I'd go get them. If we don't have the parts, I have to either source it from another garage or I'd have to order it from a manufacturer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on making it TTC because I think maybe 8 years ago, it could be off with the math, but it was a while back nonetheless where I applied and I made it to the orientation.
Yeah.
Now I do the assessment test. That was it. That was literally, I didn't make it past that.
Listen, I slid in. I got in as a summer student.
Oh, okay.
And then it wasn't even a matter of applying. They're just like, hey, you're a good worker during the summer. You want this job.
For ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get a job at TTC,
that's the gem.
Whether you're 40, 50, you're a summer student. Get it as a student. There you go.
You have to have proof that you're in school, though. So when I was...
Man, they can make them the student cards.
I ain't saying nothing.
I don't encourage it, though. I don't encourage it.
But I've been blessed in that regard, so I have no complaints. So what were you doing before real estate?
Before real estate, I was working in the corporate world, legal tech sector. So the company that I worked for, I won't mention the name, obviously, but it was pretty much a CRM, a practice management tool. So for lawyers, paralegals, real estate agents.
Ooh.
So yeah. So I was doing that for about 2 years. Prior to that, I had a lot of sales experience, like business to consumers, working at Apple Store at one point in my life, working at Enterprise Rent a Car. I don't want to go in depth to my job history because I've done a lot.
Yeah.
And for me...
Enlighten us, man. Let me know. What's the backstory?
What are you, TMZ?
What'd you do for education? What'd you do in school?
Education, I did business administration, major in marketing, went to George Brown, and then I also went to Ryerson. So... yeah, making it through college and university, I was fed the dream. Like, you wear a nice suit and tie, you can make 50 to 60, even 70K. But yeah, I like I said, I was fed the dream. I learned quickly that dream sucked, so I had to pivot.
I think it's like, just talking about the sunshine list, it should be more like 160.
Oh, it went from 100K to 160.
It should be.
I didn't even know that. 160, huh?
160.
Yeah, step my game up.
Yeah. Grant Cardone says...
scam Cardone, as I call him. I'm joking.
Oh, no. One of those, eh? I rate him based on his business teaching principles, but he says you should be making $250K. That's the way to get out of the rat race. Minimum. What people making $250 is they feel entitled to the nice shit.
Yes.
Right? So it's like, okay, I need that Rolex now. I need that nice
That's not a need. Now. That's a want. That's a want. Let's be clear. That's a want, not a need.
That's a want, 100%. 100%. And a lot of us want our wants. And when we have the access and ability to get it, we get it. We don't have the delayed gratification that other successful people have, and you don't have to have it, but you have to be smart with your money if you have certain aspirations.
Fair. And I like how you brought up delayed gratification. Yeah, I think that's something that should be taught in school, man. Like financial literacy, delayed gratification, and money management. No one ever taught me that stuff.
No,
I'm learning the hard way.
We want to take a detour in this conversation.
We can talk about anything, bro. We can talk about dinosaurs out here.
Here's a gem. I think the biggest thing we should have learned in school is how to treat people and how to interact in relationships. Because that is probably the biggest and most impactful thing we have in our life. I say that because...
Okay, you're making me think. What?
Right now, what we're doing...
Yes.
It's building a relationship.
Correct.
Obviously not romantic.
Pause. Make sure pause.
Diddy. None of that.
Oh, man.
Like your friends, relationships, your romantic partners, relationships, even like your parents, it's relationship.
Yes.
People at the front desk, relationship.
Yes, sir.
Everybody you interact with is a relationship. And if you don't know how to act and be in that, and how to have conversations and how to communicate, then you're going to have problems.
That's a fact. Yep. All right, so let's segue into real estate. Like so far, you have way more experience. You got 8 years, I got 1 year. What are some of the challenges that you've seen over the years as an agent?
As an agent with my clients or just for myself personally?
Wherever you want to go.
Challenges. Inflation. Rule changes, making things harder. So when I wanted to invest, I was able to put down, this is 2011, 2012, I was able to put down 5%. Before I was able to purchase, the rule changed. If you're buying to invest, you got to put down 20%.
Yes.
That was one change, makes things harder. I think at one point you were able to put 0 down. That changed. Made things harder.
See, I didn't even know that, to be honest with you. I thought you had to put minimum 5 at least.
Now.
Okay.
But before, no, 0. Back in the day, I know people who have put down $7,000 to buy a pre-construction condo. Easy. The process was easy.
Okay.
Prices were much cheaper. Then they added the stress test, which made things harder, of course. Prices took off. So there's all these things that made it harder for, let's say, first-time buyers. Because if you're in the market and you have equity, it's easier to refinance, take
money talks,
and buy again.
Yes.
Right? But if you don't have that initial investment, inflation where it is, it's not just real estate, it's your daily activities, it's your gas, it's your food, things that you need. How do you save a down payment when everything is higher in price and your wages, your income is
still flatline? Okay.
Right? So that's an issue that we've had for my clients.
That's insightful. Appreciate it. So for myself, being a newer agent, challenges I've been facing is building the database. So getting the clientele.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think you have a problem with that.
Believe it or not, I do have a problem with that. The reason I say I have a problem with that because I'm comparing myself to agents that have been in the game for 10 plus years, which I shouldn't.
No, you shouldn't.
I shouldn't, but that's because I'm competitive and I want to get to that level that they're at. Getting out of my comfort zone has been a big challenge.
Right.
Because no one's going to, I got this from a fellow agent, very, very wise lady, and she said it best. No one's going to do business with you if they don't know you. So you have to 100%. Put yourself out there.
Yeah.
But I'm so used to being so isolated, secluded, that's tough for me. So that's something I'm still working on a daily basis.
Okay.
So that's some food for thought.
Okay.
It's a lucrative business if you treat it like a business and you have the discipline and the commitment and the work ethics as you mentioned, but it takes time.
Yeah.
So for the listeners and viewers that have any aspirations of becoming a real estate agent, it takes time. I like to say this as well. Make sure you have a good support system. It doesn't have to be a big one. Just make sure you have a good support system because it's a lonely business. It's a very, very lonely business starting off. Also, don't get discouraged if your friends and family are not able to, give you your first deal because you're not in a position. Because you're going to realize your first couple transactions, I'm speaking for myself right now, first couple transactions came from complete strangers. when I thought it would have been family and friends. So I had to learn to know that, with family and friends, if they're not in a position to do business, I shouldn't take it to heart. Easier said than done. I tried.
You said if they're not in position to do business?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if they're not in a position, to be clear.
How have you ever been in a position where someone uses another realtor?
Oh, bro, that happened to me a couple months ago. Oh, a lot of sleepless nights, man.
It's a sting.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts. But I understood.
Okay.
And another thing in this business, you have to have an abundant mindset.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, it sounds so freaking corny saying it, but you have to have that abundant mindset.
100%.
So yeah, when my friend, informed me that he purchased property, I'm not gonna say where. Want to make sure the person remains anonymous. But when he told me the number, bro, I felt it.
Yeah.
I felt that would have been a nice commission check. But as I said earlier, it's not just about the money. More importantly, it's about providing that value, building a relationship, and as you stated yourself, having the discipline, being committed, and having the work ethic, showing up. Eventually, you're going to get the people that want to work with you. So right now, my mindset in this game is, if you want to work with me, I'm going to go above and beyond.
Yeah.
If you don't want to work with me, sayonara.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. It's still hard because, obviously, you want to pay your bills, you want to provide for your family, but you have to have that strong mindset.
100%. 100%. Yeah, I agree. Like, it's happened a few times where someone I know does a deal, and it's like, damn, you didn't even think about me. You didn't even care. But, there's always reasons for it. A lot of times it could be, I didn't want to
jeopardize the friendship.
Right? But it happens. It's part of the business. It happens to the best realtors. It happens to the worst. It's just a matter of continuing on and not letting it affect you and take you all the way down.
Agreed. So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let's say because this happened to all of us at some point in our lives, right?
Yeah.
What do you do to get yourself out of a slump? If you're having a bad day or a bad week?
There's a lot. Sometimes I meditate. I do gratitude journals. Anybody that
I see that on the Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh,
I do.
Give me the Instagram plugs after the show.
Yeah. But yeah, gratitude's big. Right now I'm reading a book on I can't remember the name. It's by Daniel Amen. He's a brain doctor in the States. But it's something about your negative thoughts, like getting rid of your negative thoughts pretty much. Like you can't control the negative thought from coming, but you can
try to suppress it, or
you just think about positive.
Okay.
You just have to overcome it by thinking about the good. And right. Is there really a negative thing?
I mean, yes, we have positive and negative. Where are you going with it?
It's just a question because it's a lot to do with how we perceive things.
Okay.
Right?
I see where you're coming from.
Without the light.
It's darkness.
Right. So lightness, there is no really dark. It's just the absence of light.
Oh my gosh. Nah,
so is it really negative or is it just a lack of positive?
Okay.
So, for example...
different outlook, all right.
Yeah, and I mean, there's bad situations that happen.
I was about to say that.
100%. I'll take a light one. My car was hit in a parking lot the other day.
Yeah, I saw that in your story, yeah.
I could look at it as like, oh, this person hit my car and didn't... he ran off and didn't say nothing, didn't leave a note.
I will admit, that's how I would have felt.
But, why would I allow something I don't even know who the person is? I don't know what their situation was.
That's fair.
They could have been in an emergency situation where, I have to get this kid to the hospital right now. I can't stop. Who knows, right? But I can't allow those negative situations to pull me down because it could throw off my entire day. And I believe in the law of attraction. So if I'm thinking...
vibrating at a higher frequency, yeah.
Yes. If I'm radiating that negative, I'm going to get negative back. So I just try to be positive as much as I can.
That is a bar right there. That's a gem.
Respect.
That's a gem, ladies and gentlemen. That is a gem.
Yeah.
So law of attraction, positive.
Yes. I was doing my gratitude journal before. Things were working. I wasn't even putting in work. And people were hitting me up like, hey, I want to use you. Just by doing the gratitude journal. I don't know if that's the only reason or it's just timing. But I stopped. And when I stopped, everything was downhill.
Interesting.
Negative thoughts, I didn't think to do it. And now that I'm doing it again, things are back in positive swing, and I'm putting into work.
So how long have you been doing the gratitude journals?
On and off, probably for like 10 years.
Wow, that's pretty good.
That, vision boards, like all that pot of stuff.
Vision boards work. I believe in that.
10, 11 years.
That's good, man.
Yeah, but it wasn't consistent.
Okay.
Journaling, not consistent, but I'm trying to streamline everything and get everything done that needs to happen.
So, ladies and gentlemen, essentially, consistency in anything you do in life is key. Easier said than done, but you got to make an honest effort.
Question for you.
Yes.
This is off the cuff. How old are you?
Hot damn, I don't All right, if you must know, I'm 37.
Okay.
37. What were you thinking?
Around 35.
Okay.
But I wasn't sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm 40, by the way.
You never asked a man how old he is.
Man, yeah.
You kill me.
And that could be edited out. Well, it's whatever. It was just a question I had for myself.
Put it out of the yard for the ladies. To end this episode off, you have any final thoughts or anything you'd like to share?
I don't even know if it kind of ties in. I was going to say embrace the suck. Pause.
That's what she said.
Yeah, embrace the suck as in anything you put your mind to do that you don't already do on a regular basis that's not habitual is going to be hard. You have to go through the times where it's extremely difficult and just fight through until it becomes easy, until it becomes repetitive, until it becomes a habit. Whether it's saving up for a down payment for a house, whether it's wrapping your mind around what the buying landscape is, whether it's doing your taxes, whatever. Like anything you don't do regularly is going to be hard. But as you put in the work, just like a baby learning to walk, you're going to fall and fall and fall and fall.
Yep.
And eventually you get it and it sticks. So just work hard at whatever it is. Even if it's hard, just grind through it.
Nah, I don't think I could top that, but what I like to say is this used to be one of my mantras when I was younger. No struggle, no progress. So when I say struggle, I don't mean that you have to literally eat ramen noodles and freaking sugar water and bread every day. As, Odane just mentioned earlier, when it comes to progress, you're going to go through difficult times. Sometimes you will, encourage yourself to quit. You might talk yourself out of I wouldn't say lucrative, but out of a life-changing opportunity. So just keep going, keep pushing. Eventually, you will see a light at the end of the tunnel. But while you're going through it, I'd also like to say this. Make sure you have outlets, whether that's, going out, hanging out with friends, going to the gym, doing mixed martial arts. Have hobbies or, systems in place that are outlets for you to release any negative tension or energy you may have so that you can be recharged for the following day to put out positive vibes and, again, have that discipline and consistency. And know what your goal is. Once you know what your goal is, try your best to make it measurable. Keyword try. And eventually, you will see progress. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen. And that's my takeaway for the listeners or viewers out there.
Oh, yeah. You top what I had to do, what I had to say. So.
I don't think so, man.
You said it a little bit smoother. I like that.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So you can follow me on Instagram at Ransford Odane. Ransford Odane. For the viewers, I have a sign up somewhere so you can follow me or follow us. And what's your...
My handle on IG is the Dapper Realtor. 1R. Dapper Realtor.
Oh, 1R.
DAPPEREALTOR.
I didn't even notice that. That's clever.
_ Dapper Realtor.
That's clever. I didn't notice that. That's clever. Real clever. All right, yeah. So thanks, and until next time.